Welcome to FatBusting. I'm Fred, the inventor of FatBusting. We're just going to jump right into it. I know a lot of people are stuck at home, not able to go to the gym, eating all that good food. I'm going to tell you how to lose fat with cryolipolysis. So let's just jump right into it because my ice is melting. That's the first thing important, that the ice has to be melting. Of course, there's a whole bunch of noise when this was a nice full piece of ice, but c'est la vie. So if you look at this ice, you'll see that there's ice cubes in it. And I'm using a frying pan. Last night I filled this up with ice cubes most of the way, filled it up with cold water, let it sit overnight, and I now have a 12-inch circle of ice. I will put this into a garbage bag. All kitchen trash bags work the best. I will take off my shirt and I will start fat busting. Then I'll tell you as I'm working what the heck I'm actually doing. So I tie the bag. This can be done on the sofa at home or it can be done by the poolside. It's rather nice doing it by the poolside. You just slap it on your body like this and let it start going. And you let it sit here for about an hour. Make sure you wear your sunscreen. So, what am I doing? I'm doing cryolipolysis, the same technology Cool Sculpting uses, only at the price of a piece of ice and a bag. For warnings about cryolipolysis, there's a whole lot of sites that will say about Cool Sculpting and fat freezing. Women especially be warned, if you do your belly, there's a delayed onset pain that a small percentage of women get. Look it up and see what happens. My wife has not had problems. If you do have problems, you can't do your stomach. So let me start back at the beginning now that I'm fat busting. My wife, Brenda, throw me that, the thermometer. Bring it. I like to use this type of thermometer here with the centigrade and the small tip, and I put it between my skin and the ice. Okay, now that I got some time, because this is going to take an hour, I'll probably cut off before we get to that hour, and explain what's happening. Cryolipolysis is the freezing of fat cells. Actually, it's the chilling of fat cells as to cause them to die. It was a phenomenon that was originally discovered when a kid would put a popsicle right here on his face. He's kind of chubby. And someone noticed that he got a dent right here. He got a dent right there because he was fat, and the ice from the popsicle did the cryolipolysis, and it chilled away the fat in that area. So he got a dimple there. Well, Cool Sculpting figured out, or someone, I'm not sure it was them, that you could build a machine to do cryolipolysis. They do it for like $800 an hour or something. I don't know. The price keeps falling though, so it's probably cheaper than I knew. They use umbilical setup that runs. I think it recirculates chilled glycol into a applicator, and the applicator sucks the fat up into the cup, and it chills the fat down to -5°C. That's really cold. Perhaps it's certainly dangerous to do at home, and expensive as heck. Fat busting, on the other hand, works. It can be nearly or better effective than Cool Sculpting, which I'll get into, and it's as cheap as ice. So So if you can make ice at home, it's basically free. You just put a pan in with ice cubes and water, or you can just fill it up with water and let it freeze. Using ice cubes as a starter will make it freeze twice as fast. I can make 2 or 3 frying pans in a day using ice cubes, where I'm looking to make 1 a day with water. So the ice needs to be warm till it's dripping. I said that. It has to be dripping because when ice comes out of the freezer, it's very cold, like 0F, negative 18C. If you put that on your body, it'll freeze it, it'll burn it, and it'll be bad. But once ice is dripping, its surface is only 32 degrees or warmer, because if it was colder, it would be ice. If it's water, it's warmer than ice. If it's solid, it's colder than freezing. So by having the ice dripping, you know that the ice is warmer than freezing, so it's safe to the body. Putting it in a bag like this for home makes it a whole lot easier because all the water accumulates in the bottom. Throw me a belt, the double one. Yeah, that one. That one. That one. I use fitness belts at home where I can just wrap the belt around me like this. And now for the body, you can do the side, you can do the love handle, you can do the back, you can do under the thighs, you can do between the thighs, you can do the man boob. Anywhere that you have fat, this will work. Now the most effective method is to do multiple chillings in the same exact spot for 1 or 2 days. What I have discovered, and this is part of the invention I'll never be able to patent, is that when I do this, when I fat bust, as the fat starts dying, it builds up a resistance, much like a suntan builds resistance to the sun. Your body builds resistance to chilling. So to make fat busting work, it needs to do a lot, then rest. Do a lot, then rest. So I've been doing my belly. I did my belly 4 times yesterday with a bigger piece of ice. I'm doing my belly today with this piece of ice. I did my belly earlier with an earlier piece of ice. And as soon as DEXA Atlanta is back open again, I'll be posting 3D and DEXA images showing what I've been doing. I've been doing this for 1.5 years. It began before October, early October, and I was on the edge of morbid obesity, which was 270 pounds for 5'10". And I knew I had to do something, but the wrong time of year. So I decided to figure out how else I could do it. I'm an inventor. I can come up with something, can't I? And I heard about cryolipolysis, and I started reading on it, and I said, wow, I wonder if that'll work. And I spent 9 months in my cave, as I call it. It's a storage closet. I built a recirculator. I did the whole, just like the professional guys did, kinds of stuff, and it worked really well. I lost over a pant size at that time, and 20 pounds or something. But it was a miserable setup. My wife hated it. I mean, it cost money. It was just not fun. Look at me. I'm loving this. This is a way to lose weight. So cryolipolysis, as I figured out, is what back in our Stone Age days when we were chasing woolly mammoths in the snow, and all we had was a small animal skin to keep us warm. We laid down on that snow. The reason we have body fat is the act of cryolipolysis is to feed the body. So everyone has heard of diet and exercise, but cryolipolysis is the third part on that. The first part of diet, back in the Stone Age, they would eat everything they could and get fat. Exercise wasn't exercise, it was a matter of life and death, and sleeping on the snow was something you had to do. So by sleeping on the snow, they would be getting an extra 500, 800, 1,000 calories per day. 1 pound a week is 500 calories a day. So by me laying on the snow in Neanderthal time, I could virtually live without eating. And then once I could find that animal and cook it and eat it, I wouldn't be cold anymore and I'd be full, so I'd be good. So in a harsh winter, losing 30, 50 pounds, who knows, wasn't all that bad of a thing. It was a good thing because it fed you through the winter. Now I'll ask you this directly. When was the last time you were cold? I mean, really cold. Like shivering cold for an hour. You haven't been. You haven't been since your grandfather. And even then, he was a lot less than a caveman was. So we're getting bigger and fatter because we're not chilling off the fat. So fat busting is free. I've said this and I'll say it. It is as free as this piece of ice. Now, I'll be discussing in other videos how making larger pieces of ice could be a profitable business for you or your friends. I cannot make money off you making ice because you can make ice. There's no patent in the world that will stop you from doing that. Nor do I want them to. I want to make America thin again. You can get thin sitting at home using ice. Find one spot. Beat the hell out of that one spot. But it needs to break between chilling and warming. Because what I found out was fat cells play dice with the universe. I kept reading Cool Sculpting over and over and said, up to 25%, up to 25%, up to 25%. I kept asking myself, why only 25%? They have this fat locked in a cup down to -5C. Why only 25%? And I came up with the answer. The answer is quite simple. The body is self-regulating for cryolipolysis. You can get as cold as you want, and it won't matter. It will only do up to 25%. However, if you cycle in the first day before the suntan comes and prevents the further action, the first day, 2 days, maybe 3 days, if you keep chilling the same area, the dice keep rolling 25%, 25%, 25%, which actually gives you 25, maybe 20%, because we're not as efficient as Cool Sculpting. I'll be the first to say that. But it's like 20%, 15%, 10%, 5%, and 4 times. You're talking 50% of the fat. This side over here, I'm pinching under 2 centimeters. It wasn't, actually I got one spot back here I missed. Mostly, and it's still 4 centimeters. I used to be 4 centimeters of fat pretty much all around my body like a fat suit. But now I'm down to under 1 inch my whole body. So, I mean, I'm still losing weight. I'm still obese. I'm still overweight. But I have lost 2 pant sizes. Actually, my belt has gone down about 4 or 5 inches from where it started. I actually had to put an extra hole. I used to wear 42 jeans. I'm now wearing my old 38 jeans I haven't worn in a decade. Levi jeans you never throw out, except Levi's, you better start making them in America, right? I also have a long history on Reddit, but I don't like Reddit anymore because of what they did to the Donald. So Reddit, I'm going over to Facebook because of you. You know why. So I can lay here. Make sure you wear your sunscreen. And do this half a dozen times in 2 days would be awesome. And then the next you're done there, pick a new spot and do it. Right? Now if you're doing a side, you can do 1 hour on this side, and then you can do 1 hour on this side. No need to warm up because this side will warm up while this one cools down, this one will cool down while that side warms up. If you do right underneath the leg, don't want the pants in, but I'm not going to take the pants off right now. You can make a bubble butt by making your thigh smaller but leaving your butt alone. That's the beautiful thing about fat busting, is you can keep the fat that you like and lose the fat that you don't. Now, it's not magic. I mean, I've been going for a long time. You know, I still have a little bit of a love handle here. But look at this. I mean, that ain't bad. And I'm doing my belly. And this you're going to see on the 3D scan and everything coming up. But I'm down to this. This ain't bad. I used to not be able to see my... Because I was out here and I was like, can I see it? No, it was too big. Also, you can target right here and make it look bigger. Guys, you can do here for an hour and here for an hour, here for an hour, here for an hour. Spend a weekend going hip hop, flip flop on your, and well, you look right here. This is my big size. This is my small size. You see how different they are? My wife's giggling over there, just shaking her head. But she's right. But this will be my next target. I'll have a video out on that this week. So, why am I doing this? What else am I going to be doing, right? However, phase 2 will be coming next year. And that's all about neck lifts and cheeks. Again, you got to remember, I'm a fat guy. But I don't look like one because of stuff that's coming up in the future. But let's start with losing the body first, right? Because if you get right here, especially like, well, everybody, but ladies, I know you want it. You can develop an hourglass figure by targeting the areas you want to be reduced while leaving your hips alone. But maybe you want your lower hips done. You got the camel hump back here, that can go too. Pretty much anywhere there's fat. Oh, speaking of future too, let's talk sleep apnea in the future. Because they say cryolipolysis could cure sleep apnea too. Basically, anywhere there's fat on the body, cryolipolysis can kill off some percentage of it each time you chill. So by chilling my belly, I'm going to go from 3 centimeters down to 1.5, maybe 1. I'm binging like heck. I still don't know all the rules to this. I'm still learning myself. I'm still a fat guy trying to get skinny, but it's working. It's working awesome. And this is DIY. You've seen what I do. You can choose to do it for yourself. Do all the research. I'm not selling you anything. I'm not telling you to do anything. I'm telling you what's working for me, and I am proving it. And I'll be posting pictures and stuff from my befores and afters. And I just want to make America thin again, and I want to start people moving again. I figure there's no better way to get people out of the house than to get them all skinny again, and then you got to go show off your new body.